Before the age of online dating, church used to be a popular place to meet the perfect match. In fact, that's where John and Orrick both met their wives. But times are really changing. Joining us today are Chrissy, Stacy, and Roxy, all from Los Angeles, 3 single Christian women who say they've been having some serious problems finding a good man in church. And they've come to John and I to get some advice on dating. Now, Chrissy, as a Christian woman in dating, you've had some challenges in terms of dating. Tell us about them.
Well, recently I started dating online, and that's great. Like, the stuff that you get, so you have to weed through so many. And they say crazy things. Like, they send pictures of their body parts and...
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Stacey, well, now, you are recently divorced.
Yes.
Trying to get back into the dating game.
Whew, yes.
Tell us about that. Has it been an adventure, any success?
Well, being that I've just been divorced only for about 7 months now. So I'm really praying, and I'm really just asking God to give me the strength and the courage to get back out there. Because, you know what? Because even despite the divorce, I never wanted to be bitter coming out of it. I just want to be better. So I'm just asking God to help me on that.
So, first of all, your hair is off the chain. You just look like, a firework. You just like explosive and happy girl. You better go ahead.
It's joy, Pastor.
Joy.
It's
It's
joy.
the joy of the Lord.
It's joy.
Let me ask you this. You've been divorced 7 months. Do you think you have sufficiently healed?
No. I'm giving myself time. Because what I don't want to do is to get into something and still have the residue left over from what I left.
I got you. Now, Roxy, you're actually saving yourself for marriage. What does that mean, and how's that going? Has it affected your dating life?
In a sense, it is making the process of me finding the right one, a longer process.
Right. In this day and age, that is something to be celebrated. You can talk to me. I was 37, and I waited until I was married. And I was like, Jesus, you taking too long. All right, holiness, you playing.
Right.
But I can tell you that it's worth the wait. I don't have all of this emotional baggage, wondering about, all the stuff I did from my past. My wife's the greatest thing I've ever had because I have no one to compare her to.
Amen.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question. Are you 3 the type that wait for a guy to approach you? Do you hang out in places where men would go?
And then y'all drop stuff on the floor like, oh, I'm sorry, I dropped it. What do y'all do?
Yeah. Give me your process.
I'm the queen of the friend zone. So
friend zone.
I
What does that mean?
approach men,
Okay.
and we talk, and I'll think that there's going to be something romantic happening.
What makes you think that?
Because I'm attracted to them.
Okay.
And so,
So, of course, they would naturally be.
clearly. And but then next thing you know, it's like we're talking, and then it's like we're hanging out, and now we're hanging out, and now you're telling me about someone you're dating, and now we're friends. Yay.
Well, but you said you met him in the friend zone. If you say friends, many men are going to take that to mean just that because they don't want to be rejected.
Are you clear on what you're looking for in terms of the perfect person? Are you clear on your expectations? Because there are 2 problems in every relationship. Number 1, expecting what you don't find, and number 2, finding what you don't expect. So, are you clear on your expectations in terms of what you're looking for?
He doesn't really necessarily have to be in church. He just has to have God in his heart. And he has to have a relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. We're all going to church, but I'm just saying I don't have to find him in the church. We could be in the mall or at the grocery store or whatever. But I need for him to really have a relationship with God.
When you say that, you said, yeah, that's good.
Great. Awesome.
You said that you met your husband, your ex-husband, in church. A lot of women get disillusioned because it's like, ain't no good man in church. I don't understand. First of all, the prerequisite to going to church is the realization that you're broken.
Yeah.
So when you go to church, you don't go whole.
Right.
So you must allow the grace that you need for your own development to be given to the men as well, because men come into church just as broken as you. We all need to have grace and allow the Lord to continue to develop each one of us.
Never base your completion based on whether somebody's in your life or not. The very fact that you are who you are, take this time so you can be an asset, and when you allow someone in your life, make sure they're an asset and not a liability.
Exactly.
Be happy with who you are.
Yes.
Go to places where men frequent. The gym, the grocery store, football games, become a Clipper fan, Yeah, and put yourself around positions where men go, have realistic expectations, Pray about it.
Yes.
And be honest about it. Don't waste a lot of time. And just trust that God may have that perfect person out there waiting for you. Listen, Chrissy, Stacy, Roxy, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for caring. We wish you all the best. We're praying for you. It's coming. We're the preachers.